morning, everyone. Lovely to see you all this morning. As always, if we can keep ourselves on mute throughout this session, we will have a Q&A at the end if we need it. Feel free to use the chat in the bottom of your Zoom screen, either at the bottom or the side, and ask questions. I've got my co-host here, Cara, who I'm sure you're all familiar with. So it'll be myself and Cara going through this session with you this morning, and we're really looking forward to sharing lots of information with you. So today's all about the ultimate retention and reactivation. So that's really looking at the clients that you've already got or had coming into your salon that perhaps you haven't seen for some time, or you need to reignite them and get them coming back in. So today's outcome, by the end of today, you'll know why clients are drifting. So you'll know why your clients are moving around from salon to salon. You'll know your KPIs for retention, so that's your retention percentage and looking at your lost clients. You will see how SalonIQ boosts your retention percentage all on autopilot, and then you'll have a simple 30-day action plan to take away with you. The reality check. Most salons do not have a client problem. It's actually a retention problem or a retention area that you need to be looking at within your salon business. New clients are expensive. I'm sure you'll agree, whether that be you getting clients through Meta, through a marketplace, through advertising, whether you used to do leaflet dropping, whether you do VIP evenings, whatever it is, there's a cost to attracting new clients into your salon. But lost clients are silent. They don't speak. They just disappear very quietly in the background. And it's only when you have them, oh, I've not seen Mrs. Jones in some time. I wonder where she is. And retention ultimately drives profit. So ask yourself this: if new client numbers slow down for you in March, how would this affect your revenue? So if you had no new clients in March, what would your revenue projection be? Would that increase? Would it decrease? What would actually happen if you didn't have new clients coming into your salon? Would your current clients keep you fully booked? So do you have enough regular clients coming in to fill your columns, all of your team's columns, Monday to Saturday, Monday to Sunday, Tuesday to Saturday, whatever your days are? Do you have enough clients there to be 100% utilized? Or are you relying and depending on new clients coming into your salon and filling up your diary? Just have to think about that. Maybe ask that question after this workshop, or ask that question to your team when you do a team meeting this week or next week. So the 2026 retention reality, clients have more choice than ever. They have so much choice. There are so many salons on the high street. There are so many tools and things and products that they can purchase and do from home, or the self-employment model. Loyalty is declining across service industries. That's a fact, and we can supply the source of that. But convenience now drives decision-making. It's all about convenience. It's all about here, now. If I'm calling you, I want that answer now. If I'm emailing you, I want an answer back in 5 minutes. I don't want to be waiting 2 or 3 hours for that response. And without that structured follow-up and response time, then your clients move, they drift. But the good news is most of you already have the tools there. You're perhaps just not utilizing them as you need to be to get the best results. So let's look at that in a moment. So IQ's GRS is a system that works. It's not a hope strategy. There are so many salons that are using the guest retention system, but there are so many more that aren't using it. And it's a system that works on autopilot. You just set it up once. You check the results maybe once a month, once every 2 months, but it's working for you in the background. It's engaging with your clients. Most salons are relying on good service or friendly team, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, my clients book in with me. But those high-performing salons, those salons that are really standing out, have a structured rebooking process. They're consistently following up with their clients. They have regular touch points in between appointment 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they've got a planned reactivation process in place to ensure that they're not losing clients. So the 3 R's, retention systems, are the rebook. Secure the next visit before your client leaves. It feels really simple, really. Rebook, Sam, is that all you've got to give me? But it's so simple, and it's something that we're just not doing consistently across the salon. Have a think now. How do your team members, stylists, therapists, barbers, clinicians, how are they prompting that rebook? What are they actually saying to their clients, to their patients? How are they structuring that wording? The reminder, stay visible between appointments. It's great that you're looking after your clients in the salon. It's great you're giving that real wow factor, that best client experience you can. But what are you doing when they're not in the salon? How are you ensuring that you're supporting them with their skin, with their hair, when they're at home? Are you keeping in their minds? And it is possible to do that. And then finally, the third R is to reignite, systematically reactivate inactive guests, inactive clients. You'll be very surprised how many clients aren't coming back in on a regular basis. And therefore, it's having a huge impact on your revenue. So again, let's break that down a little bit more. So we've got the rebook there, tracking your business's rebooking rates. So just looking at the percentage as a salon rebooking, and there's a team rebooking as well. But monitor the stylist rebooking performance. When you're doing one-to-ones, when you're doing those weekly daily check-ins, do your team know what their rebooking percentage is? I don't think we've got it on this presentation, but a very experienced stylist or therapist should be at least 80% rebooking, at least 80%. And those that are new to you should be booking at least half of their clients back into the salon again. And if they're not, they need to be looking at something. What's happening? Why are they not rebooking? Is it the service? Is it the actual appointment? Is it the finishing result of the hair or the skin? What is it? Why are they not rebooking? Remember, one size doesn't fit all. What's happening with one team member might not be happening with the other team member. So really work that on a one-to-one basis to really help grow that rebooking percentage. Reminding your clients and guests, automated appointment reminders. Again, it's so simple, but so many of us aren't doing this. I'm sure your phone is very close to you right now. It's either in your hand, it's on your desk where you can see it. So when you get a message, when you get an email or a notification come through, you're going to probably look at that within the first 3 minutes of that coming through. Quite often the first 30 to 60 seconds if it's there in front of you. Mine's here, there, Cara is there. I'm sure yours is there as well. Send your clients appointment reminders. We are so time poor. We have so much in our diaries now. Remind your clients. It's so simple to do, and it can really help that revenue coming into your salon. And ultimately, that could be the make or break of you being profitable. It's that simple. The new client follow-up journey. So when you have got new clients coming into your salon, you're welcoming them, you're really, giving them that great experience, they're feeling comfortable, you're managing their expectations, you're guiding them on where their therapist is, how long they've got to wait, where the bathroom is, whether they like any refreshments, perhaps completing a consultation form if they need to. But what are you doing once they've left? Are you checking in with them afterwards to see how their hair is? How are you getting on with that new style? Is there any problems? Can I help with anything? How's your skin feeling after that facial? Good, I'm really pleased. I look forward to seeing you in 4 weeks. Those small little extra things that really make the difference. And again, those gentle overdue nudges, which are really keen in staying in contact. Again, looking at the reignite side, so identifying guests who have not returned. Do you know how many clients should be coming in to your salon this week, but haven't because you've lost them? Or because they've gone somewhere else, because they've drifted. Send targeted reactivation campaigns. It feels like another job. Yes, it's the marketing hat that we have to wear now, not the payroll hat or the HR hat. We wear all these hats. But you need to make sure that you have structured campaigns in place to stay engaged with those clients and make sure they're coming back. So rebook. It's where retention really begins ultimately. And the problem is, do you want to rebook is what we say. Do you want to rebook? Oh, no. You've given me a choice as a client, so I'm going to say no. I need to go. I've got to get back to work. I've got to go and pick the children up. I've got to do X, Y, and Z. No, I don't want to rebook. I'll do it later. Do I? No. I'm then a lost client. And quite often, not for everybody, but fairly often, rebooking is inconsistent across the team. And what is not measured doesn't improve. Remember, what you focus on grows. If you really focus on something, you really hone in on something, then you're going to see that growth, you're going to see progression, and you're going to see results. And that shift, high-performing salons use assumptive language. They make rebooking part of the consultation. They track the rebooking by stylists. They review performance weekly. They're doing several things to ensure that rebooking happens. And do role plays with your team. I remember when I was in the salon as a stylist, we used to do role plays. in the team meetings. Oh, I hate role plays, don't like them. No, I hate role plays, but they really, really help. They help me meet my KPIs. They help me get the revenue I need. They help me reach my targets. They help me get commission. I'm a happy stylist. I'm a happy therapist. So instead of saying, do you want to book your next appointment? Invite them to book in. Let me check they'll say, I'll check my diary. I'm busy, or they don't say anything. But instead, if you're doing a color and a cut, that cut is going to have an expiry date. That color will not last forever. That cut will not last forever. That fringe that you've just cut in will not last forever. Tell them. I've really enjoyed looking after you today, Cara. The colour we've done for you today, you're going to need to have a touch of about 6 weeks. That takes us to March 22nd. I've got an appointment at 10 o'clock. Let me get that booked in for you. It's completely different to saying, do you want to rebook? You've already planned the day and time that they need that colour. You've already checked the diary to see when they can do. You know that client can only do a Tuesday at 10 o'clock or a Thursday at 11 o'clock. You're getting all those assumptions in place, and you're letting them know, and you're guiding them. They'll go, oh, okay, then, yeah, great. You've got your appointment reminder in place to remind them. You've got the confirmation email going out with all the detail of that appointment 4 days before, and the text 2 days before. You get so much better results on that rebooking than giving them the option. Again, there's a few more on the screen here that you can see. You'll need to come up in 8 weeks. Let's get that booked in. For this treatment plan to work, so if we're looking at facial maps, perhaps a Casey course or something, for this treatment plan to work, we'll schedule the next session today. With this shape that we've got, you'll need to be back in 4 weeks to keep it sharp. I've got an appointment at Saturday at 10 o'clock. I know you like a Saturday. Let's get that booked in. Okay, your regrowth is going to start coming through in about 5 or 6 weeks. I know 6 weeks is a bit tricky for you, so let's do 7 weeks. I've got Friday at 3 o'clock. Let's get it booked. You're telling them you want to make sure that color, that skin that you're doing, making their skin look great, their eyelashes, whatever it is, those nails, that's you. They're a walking advertisement of you. So you need to make sure that their hair's looking good. You need to make sure that their nails are pristine, because they're telling all their friends where they get it done. Measuring the rebooking properly. Know your numbers. Please know your numbers. There are an abundance of KPIs that you can track on SalonIQ. Cara's going to go through some of those in a moment. Do not overwhelm yourself with all these numbers. It can be very overwhelming. Focus on 3 to 5 KPIs at any one time, and make sure one of those is your rebooking percentage, because that's your future business coming in. So what is your current rebooking rate? Do you track it by team member? So could you say right now, who's your highest rebooking rate team member? And who has a little bit more work to do? And does every team member know their rebooking KPI? So if you ask your team member right now, what's your rebooking percentage, would they know? And what good looks like, again, we touched on this briefly earlier, for new team members, 60% is average, 70% is strong, and 80% plus is a high performing. That's where they need to be aiming for. Established team members, 60% is average, 70% is strong. And again, 80%. Jenny, let's just look at those, please, if we can. I just want to check those percentages. And then review it weekly. Share rebookings by stylists, celebrate improvements, coach gaps with other team members, and make it part of the team meetings. It's absolutely crucial. It really is crucial. What you focus on grows. Getting your team on board. Rebooking is not about pressure. It's about client care. It's about protecting results, and it's about consistency. The fear you must address. Many stylists out there think, I don't want to sound pushy. If they want to rebook, they will maybe. They'll tell me if they want to rebook. Oh, I don't want to push them, don't want to pressure them. Don't want to get rejected. And they say, no, I don't want to rebook. Oh, I'm not good at selling. I'd rather not. I'd rather leave it. And then the leadership shift. So again, looking at those high-performing team members, those high-performing salons, treat rebooking as a professional advice. Again, we just mentioned that previously. I know your colour is going to start coming through in about 6 to 7 weeks. 8 weeks takes us to March 22nd. I know you like a Friday. Let's get you booked in at 11 o'clock. Oh, okay. As a client, okay. You're leading me where you want me to go. And don't worry about the cancellations and no-shows, because you've got your appointment reminders and messages going out. Set clear expectations, talk about it openly, and celebrate the improvements. So if you do see small wins, notify them, reward your team. If you can see their rebooking percentage has gone up by 1%, tell them, share that. Reward and recognition is crucial for your team to continue going in the direction that you want and need them to. Ultimately, it's win for you, but it's win for them as well. They're going to reach targets, reach commission. Okay, so Cara's going to be going through this in just a moment in more of the practical side, but retention is not just about what happens in the salon, it's about what happens between visits. This is the guest retention system, and you can see here that this is when your client last comes in. This is their last visit, the last time you saw them. 8 weeks have gone past, and you've still not seen them, 8 to 12 weeks. Okay, you've not seen them. I'm going to send them a message, a text automatically. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to work out what clients you haven't seen in 8 to 12 weeks. A message will go out automatically. I've not seen you in a while. It'd be great to see you. Don't start sending promotions and discounts. You don't need to do that. You just need to remind them. How many times have you forgotten? Or you think, oh, I need to do that. I need to do that. Yeah. A week goes past. I need to do that. I need to do that. And you don't do it because you're not being reminded. If you're reminded, you're going to be prompted to do it. But they still don't book in on that first text. So again, another 8 to 12 weeks go past. So you send them an email at 24 weeks. Again, it's another reminder. A little bit more information on an email, perhaps some imagery you can do as well. Remember to always add your booking link so they can book at 11 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, when you're fast asleep, hopefully. And then again, what the guest retention system does, this is a proven system. We've been doing this for many years. We tweak it. We have tweaked the wording over the years where we've needed to ensure that it's high performing and results come through. But ultimately, you're having these touch points in between, at the time when they should be coming in. Only at 52 weeks, you've not seen them now for a year. Only at 52 weeks would we advise to send a promotion or a discount to encourage them back. And after that point, it's unlikely they're going to return. They could have moved away from the area, not told you. But only around this point here would we say, do a 20% discount, do a £10 off to really encourage them back in. But these are just nudges and reminders of them coming back. Okay, so now looking at this one here. So the first visit is high risk. If they do not rebook, they drift. If they hear nothing, they forget. And if another salon is louder, they will move. Your new client journey is a must. What are you doing for your new clients? You're making them feel fantastic when they're in the salon with you, but what are you doing after that? So their first visit in with you, again, you'll see the crown on the SalonIQ appointment book. This signifies that they're a new client, so everybody's aware. Once they've left that first visit with you, they get a text just to say thank you. Thank you for choosing us. It was really lovely. I love looking after you today. I look forward to seeing you again soon. And then after that, they get a, how's your hair? How's your skin? How are your nails? Just a courtesy email, that's all. Just a touch point. And then they have their second visit with you in the salon. And then after their second visit, it's a fact or something you want to share about the salon. Maybe you've got a new services. Maybe you've got a new service menu. Maybe you've got a new product range. Maybe it's something related to the service that they're having with you. And then you're sending them a message about the home care. These little things make a huge, they're called TNTs, tiny little things, they make a huge, huge difference. And this, just sending out these messages and emails could be the difference from them returning or not returning or cancelling potentially. And then you've got your third visit, you get the drift, so on and so forth. After their third visit, you're doing another text. Then you're offering the refer a friend. After the third visit, okay, they're loyal, they're returning. I think I've got them as a regular client now. So I'm going to do a refer a friend and ask them to refer their friends and family to me and offer them that promotion as a thank you for recommending them. And remember, you can track all of that digitally within SalonIQ. You really should be doing that now. If you're not, then speak to the team and we can look at that. The silent revenue leak. Your salon database is full of lost revenue clients, which we've talked about. Being 8 weeks overdue, had been 3 months inactive, and high spenders who quietly disappear. Again, in the system, you can look at a top spend report. So who are your top spenders? Do you know your top 10 spenders in your salon? You can probably think of a couple, top of your head, who you see quite often. Maybe weekly blow dries, those that come in every couple of weeks to have their nails done potentially. But who are your top 10? You can run that report within SalonIQ and find out your top 10. And was that top 10 the same as the top 10 12 months ago? Have you lost any? You may have done, you just don't realize. And again, this is going to be different for each salon, but when is a client for you at risk? There isn't a set rule because we all offer different services. Are they at risk when they're 2 weeks overdue for their appointment? Are they at risk when they're 6 weeks overdue, 3 months or 6 months? The earlier you communicate with your clients, the easier it is to get them back into the salon and get them booked back in again. So your top 20% of clients typically generate 50 to 60% of your revenue. Your top 20% of your clients, the top 20%, that your top spenders, probably a little bit more than that, bring in the majority of your revenue, or at least half of your revenue. So you're really depending on those clients returning. It's not just about new clients. Your new clients you should be getting around 10 to 12% of new clients into your salon. And then in addition to that, it's regular clients coming back. Do all of your clients have future appointments booked? Do you know who those clients are? And when did you last check? Okay, so what we'll do, Cara, I think if we go now into a bit of practical, and then we can go through dashboards, answer any questions that have come through.
Yes, because there's quite a bit on there that we need to go through. I think the best thing for me to do is start on the guest retention. So in order to set this up, we click on the menu button on the left-hand side. Then we go to intelligent marketing, and then we go to automation. So anything that's automated in SalonIQ is all sat underneath here. So we click on the guest retention. And then once we do this, you can see that you can set up your emails and your text messages. Now, don't worry if you go into this part now and you can't see anything. Can you see in the top right-hand side where it says show inactive? If you click on here, it will give you a list of all of these different campaigns that you can set up. So as Sam showed you before, there's a different way where you can do your text messages and you can do emails. And we always find that when you do your very first one, we always say go with a text message. So it's just the text message to say you have not rebooked your next appointment. And this will be different per salon. So depending on if you're hair, beauty, barbers. So a barber might say a not rebooked message might go out after 4 weeks. And a beauty salon might say the next not rebooked is 6 weeks, and a hair might say 8 to 10 weeks, depending on what your retention and your rebooking is, which I'll show you on the dashboard as well shortly. So to set these up, when you go onto the inactive, you would click on your text message. And you can see in here that the trigger that we're looking for is the last visit date. So because mine is on 10 weeks, the last visit date for this client would be 70 days. You can write whatever you want in here. We usually say on the very first one that we wouldn't give any discount. So this whole flow about your guest retention and trying to get these clients to rebook is not about giving them promotions. It's about just giving them that nudge. Now, there's one thing I would say that is missing off this text message. And if I right click, or you've got the add merge field in the left-hand side, I would always add in the book now button, because you want to make it nice and simple for the client to book their next appointment. So I always put in every journey that I do, I always make sure that we put in that book button. You have an option to send yourself a test, so you can add yourself as a test. You need to save this first before you're able to add that in. And then I can then add my telephone number in here. I can choose myself as a client as well to make sure that all the merge fields are working, and then we can make sure that that's working as you need it to. If you can't see anything on the inactive button, we do have the new action in the top right-hand side. If we click on new action, all you need to do is just make sure that your trigger is on the last visit date. Your description is only for you. This is only what you see. Nobody else will see that description. Make sure you add your days in there, like we've just discussed for the 70 days, and then type your message in here. Just to show you the merge fields again, you either right click with your mouse so you can add the client's first name, or you can click on this part here where it says add merge field. So the first one, we always start with a text message, and then we can work on to the emails as well. So clicking on the email, you can write in whatever you want to on this email. Now, we do have some templates for you to use. I can't show you on this demo, but I have got it ready on another tab. So this is your email that you're wanting to send to the clients. If we click on here where it says choose template, if you just type in retention, you will see that we've created all of these emails for you to choose. So if it's an 8-week one, a 16-week one, and you'll see that we've got hair, beauty, barbers. If I just click on here, it will just insert that template for you along with the image and all the merge fields. And then all you will need to do is just go in here and amend it. Amend it, change the wording, have it what you want it to be. And then once you're happy again, make sure you send yourself the test and make sure that all of those links inside of here are working. So you can see the flow that we've got. I've got a 10-week, I've got a 22-week, and then I've got a 24-week. And you might be thinking, why have I got a 22-week and a 24-week so close together? With some salons, you have hair and you have beauty, and you might want to hit them totally different, or you might have females and males and you want to split them up. On the left-hand side here, so you've got details, then you've got services. At the moment, I've got it on any service. If I turn that off, I can then go through and say, right, I want this to go to everyone who's in hair, and I don't want it to go to anybody in beauty. So you can, in fact, set up 2 different ones. You can do a retention for hair, a retention for beauty, and maybe a retention for the barber side as well. So as Sam mentioned before, the main ones to set up on here is definitely the beginning, definitely hit them after the 8 weeks, but also at the end of the 12 months. We see so many good returns, and I'll go through some of the returns with you in a minute and show you how you can see these results. So on here, we can see we've got a 50 weeks later and we've got a 52 weeks later. And this really is the last time and the last chance that you've got to get that client coming in. So if I click on this 52-week one, you will see that at this point, we are then offering a discount. And it needs to be something that is really noticeable to the client, so they've got a chance to go, yeah, actually, I'm going to go back and I'm going to try again. Another thing that you can put in your retention emails is anything new that you're doing. So these clients have not been into the salon for the last 12 months. It might be that you want to update them to say that we're using a different brand of colour. We've got a couple of new team members, and we now do beauty as well as hair. So making sure that you're putting all the details in here to update the clients with anything new that you've got within the salon. And just as important, just make sure we've got all of the merge fields in there as well. And then that's the same with your text message. We're on the very end one for your text message again. And it just has to be short and snappy. Doesn't have to be anything long on a text message, just something short and snappy, a good offer for the clients. And then make sure that you're inserting the book now button as well. Is there any questions on that at all? Any questions in terms of the guest retention on how to set it up? No? You can see the flow here as well. What you'll find is on the left-hand side, now this is my demo system, but this will show you any results that are in the last 30 days. So this will show you how many have been sent in the last 30 days. This will show you how many have rebooked. and then how many of those have converted. So how many of those clients have actually gone in and made a booking?
Got one question that's coming. Can you do this with just email? Yeah, of course you can. It probably won't be as effective.
Mm.
You think of how
We
many emails you get, you have to go through, and you're scanning your inbox, and what you literally open the email that stands out to you. Whereas
Yeah.
with text, you're likely to see that text, open it, and read its whole content.
I think the other thing you've got to look at as well is the data that you've got in the system. So
Yeah,
we
true.
always find that text messages work well because
Got more.
everybody puts the mobile number on the profile. So we always tend to get a higher return. If
Mm.
it was me personally, I would mix it up and do a couple of different ones. And that's why we tend to do the flow the way we're doing it. And you can go back in when Sam shares the slides again in a minute, take a screenshot that the reason that we're doing that is that we've looked at clients that are working really well. We can see what works and we can see what doesn't work. So yeah, so by all means do it by email, but yeah, it might not be as successful. Okay, and then moving back, so everything's back in the same place. We go on to intelligent marketing, we go to automation, and then we are going to guest journey. So the guest journey is looking at all of your new clients. So this is making sure that you're contacting your clients, your new clients, and again, making sure that they're rebooking for their next appointment. So the very first one here, you can see visit one, and you can see that before that, I've already got an email being sent out. And this is a great way to email new clients before they've ever been into your salon. So this is going 2 days before the trigger first visit date. So it's going 2 days before. And what an opportunity to tell the client, this is what to expect when you come into the salon. This is where you can park. This is how much the car park is. We're by this bus stop. So you can give them all the information that you need. It works extremely well for beauty as well because we've had things in the past where they'll tell people if they're booking a facial, don't wear any makeup. If you're getting any waxing, don't put deodorant on. So this is an opportunity for you to tell that new client what to expect when they're coming into the salon for the very first time. And then moving on, we've got visit one. So this is going out when the client has checked out from their appointment. And this can go the same day or it can go the day after. You can choose when these go out. So you can see here, this one's getting sent 23 days after the client's first visit, but usually the common one would be 1 day after the client's first visit.
One thing to note here, just looking at a glance at this email, how do your emails look? If you're not sure, come into this area and have you just got plain text across your emails, or do you have them branded similar to this one here? So you can see you've got the salon logo at the top. You've got then a nice image of the home care that they stock in this salon. You've then got the email context, and you then have the merge fields, which will be a really easy and simple book online. You've got to make it easy and appealing for your clients.
Mm-hmm. So many times that we see an email that's being created where the action is here and you go on to email and it's just all typed out in one line like this. And you want your clients to know your brand and see your brand and understand, like, we know where that email's coming from. And it doesn't have to be anything over the top. You can see just a little bit of colour, and just the layout needs to be nice and not too much information, not too much for them to read. Want to make it nice and simple. So this is just following up after your first visit. And the clever thing, remember that we also offer free fringe trims in between appointments. Small little things like that a new client might not know that you would want to put on that email.
Jenny, do we have a knowledge base at all that we can pop into the chat on how to create these templates? We actually already have templates built within the system that you can choose, and then you can just custom to your own branding, or you can do them from scratch. If we've got a knowledge base, I think we have, we'll pop it in. If not, we'll pop an email address here as well, so you can reach out to us and we'll help you. It's really important to do, and we'll help you with it.
I'll show you again just to how to insert your templates from SalonIQ that we've done. So when you open it here, we're going to go on to choose template. And if it's the new client one, all you need to do is just type in new, and you'll see that we've got all different ones here. If I click on the hair one, it'll basically insert that, and then you can go in and just amend the text to what you want it to say. So it's all there for you to do. We do have a guide for you to follow as well. So that's after your visit 2, and then you've got a visit 2, a visit 3, and a visit 4. And you don't have to do every single one. I'd say the main ones to do is definitely an email before the client comes into the salon, 100% doing one after the first visit and the second visit. And then we get questions all the time. Well, what do I put into my third visit? What do I put into my fourth visit? And that can be anything to do with letting the clients know, do you know we have an online shop? And putting in your online shop link. Do you know that we offer these services, and making sure that you've got your service list in there, asking them to follow you on Instagram, asking them to follow you on Facebook. These are the things that you can do with the clients on the third and the fourth visit. After the fourth visit, that's when we class them as a regular client. We know that they've been coming into the salon, they're a regular. At this point, you might want to send them a thank you email. Thank you. This is your fourth visit. And we would love you to give us a review. And we would love you to complete this survey. So you can add links into the emails as well. So if you wanted to add a survey link in here, that is something that you can do. I know a lot of clients use SurveyMonkey because it's free. You can set up your own surveys. You can pop your survey link in there and just ask them 5 bullet pointed questions. Yeah. Okay, and that's how to set up your guest journey. Again, don't forget that you do have the new action button at the very, very top. So if you're not seeing any of this and you've not seen anything on the inactive, all you need to do is just click that new button at the very top. Okay. So I'm going to go on to the rebooking just because that's something that we've been talking about quite a lot in the webinar. And how to check your rebooking, we go onto the dashboards, and we can go onto the team members mini dashboard, and we can go onto the salon and the team dashboard. And to do that, we click on the menu button, we go to dashboard, and we've got salon dashboard and we've got team dashboard. So if I click on the salon dashboard, this is going to give you your rebooking for all of the team members. So every single team member added together, and that will give us our rebooking percentage. So this is the dashboard. What I'll need you to do is click on the 3 dots in the top right-hand side, and then we need to go on, and I'm going to add on the client retention because we've discussed that as well. And then we're going to add on the rebooking, which I'm being blind. There we go.
Cara, am I right in saying that once you've switched these toggles on for your user, they stay? You don't have to go in here every time and toggle on the ones you want to see.
Yeah, you can amend it. The reason that it loads on mine with the services and retail is for speed, to make it quicker. So I always want to see the services and the retail first because that's the main thing that we check every single day. But then you can toggle on what it is that you want to see. Yeah. So you can see here now that we've got the rebooking rate, and obviously make sure that you're looking at the correct part on the dashboard. So currently I'm looking at the weekend and the 21st of February. If I go in the drop down box, I can then amend that, and I can look at this week. So you can look at your rebookings for different dates. So the rebooking rate here is 50%. I know, right, we need to work on our rebooking percentage because we want to really get it to that 70 and 80%. So then what I would do is then go to the dashboard and I'd check individual team members. Because what you'll find is that some team members are good at selling retail, some team members are great at doing rebooking. We all have something that we're really, really good at. And in here, I can see the rebooking rate. And if I click on there, it's going to put the team members in order. So I can see Alicia's doing amazing with it. So is Kimberly, and so is Mia. But then looking down here, we can look at Jasmine, Becky. We know they're the team members that need a little bit of help with their rebooking rate. And this is where you can say, Alicia, Kimberly, Mia, what are you doing that's different that we can show Jasmine and we can show Daisy, what are you doing? Or have a listen out to Alicia. What's she doing when she gets to the checkout screen? Is she making sure that she's rebooking and she's asking every single client? So in here, you can actually see who's doing really well with the rebooking and who needs a little bit of help. You've also got your client retention, which Sam was speaking about before. This is how you can see your client retention. We can see how many clients, total clients, and how many lost clients you've got in there as well. If you click on there, it does give you the list of the clients that you've lost. All depends on the settings that you've got in SalonIQ. You can have your retention set at 10 weeks, you can have it at 12 weeks, or you can have it at 18. You can set it up to what you want it to be.
And it will vary depending on being a hair salon, a beauty salon, barbers, clinicians. That frequency will vary.
Mm-hmm. And make sure that you've got your rebooking switched on. When you go into the checkout screen and you check out, it should be asking you to rebook the client. If that doesn't happen, what you need to do is go to the settings and then go to global settings. And in here under appearance, you are able to switch on your rebooking. So we've got enable rebook after checkout on here. Now, this is great. Another thing that people don't tend to know that is in there. So you can say at the checkout screen, I want it to ask me to rebook every 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, or 8 weeks. But if I'm a barber, I'm going to turn that off and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need to set this to how often that you want your clients to be able to rebook. And if I click on save now, I'm going to show you the parts of SalonIQ where that will appear.
Cara,
So
before you move on,
sorry.
we've got a question coming from Donna. I think this does come through sometimes. So when I check the individual stylist, why does it say 100% or 110% when I know they aren't rebooking everyone?
I'd need to see. Yeah, I'd need to see if they've not rebooked everyone. I'd double check, Donna, that they've not had someone who books for the year. So they might not rebook them there and then. They might have rebooked them, for a whole year. So it doesn't look like they've rebooked them, but they have. But it should only ever show as a rebooking as 100% if the team members 100% rebook them.
There will be a reason though, Donna. So if that doesn't make sense, reach out to us and then we'll have a look and we can then work out why.
Marcus asked me a question before actually in the chat, and this might be why, is
Yeah.
anybody who books online within 24 hours is classed as a rebooking. So that might be the possible reason as why they're showing as 100% because their clients are leaving and then they're going to book their appointment online.
Yeah. And we do give them that 24-hour window to book online after their appointment. So then the team member doesn't miss out on that rebooking percentage. But it has to be within 24 hours of their checked out appointment for it to be.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you've got any examples of something that's not matching up, then the support team can have a look at that for you. So the rebooking here, so if I click on the calendar on the left-hand side, you'll see now it says 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 weeks. So I've amended that in global settings. And then once you're checking out your clients and you take a bill, it should also then ask you to rebook. And this is probably the most important part. So we're completing the booking now, and now it's going to ask us, do you want to rebook your appointment? Yeah. And this is where the weeks come in really, really handy. So you've got the 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, all at the top there. This will also show you if the client does have a future booking. So you'll see on the left-hand side, if they've already rebooked, then it would show in that box. But it's super important. This is the part that the team members need to make sure that they're rebooking that appointment.
Of course, got another question come in. What's expected client count?
Expected client count are clients that are booked in the diary. Client count is when you physically took the bill, and that's when we know they've been in. So I've got 10 clients that I've checked out today, but my expected client count is 25. because
Basically,
I'm,
it's looking at your projection, what you've got booked in.
yes, yeah. I'm, any other questions on that? Any other questions on the
I've got one
rebooking?
more coming in. Please, can you confirm that clients who have pre-booked all of their appointments will still count towards their rebooking?
They should, I mean, they should do. I'd have to check the logic in the background, but if someone's already rebooked with that person, I'm more than sure we changed them. I'm more than sure we changed it a while back to include those people.
Yeah.
I
It's trying
could
to
be
please
wrong.
everyone on this one. Some salon owners want it to be included and some salon owners don't.
So don't. I know. I do remember having a discussion about it. I'd have to check the logic in the background just to see.
Samantha, we'll confirm and then we'll reach out to you and we'll drop you an email because I can see what salon you're from. So we'll confirm with you.
Amazing. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Whilst we're on the rebooking as well, what we're going to do is we're just going to have a little look at the utilization dashboard, something that not a lot of clients are looking at. And this is just such a great way to see and show you how your results are working for your guest retention, for your new clients, for your online bookings. It's a place where it'll give you everything all in the same place. Now, yes, it goes slow when you very first load it up, it will go slow. And the reason it's going slow is because it's now calculating everybody's utilization for that particular week. And it's not an easy calculation. So it will take a couple of seconds to load. So you can see here we've got weekend in the 21st, and I can see Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. You can see here at the bottom, at the very bottom, we've got 7%. That's 7% of your bookings that were made in Salon. Then we've got the 6% here. That's 6% of the clients that have been made online. Then we've got the 26%. So it's breaking it all down and it's showing you where the white space is as well. And if anyone books through your guest retention system or anyone books through a campaign, so you can see here 26% of clients have booked through a campaign that we have sent through SalonIQ. So that is showing you that the results for those are extremely high. So these 36 across here, 36, 27, they are all from a campaign that has been ran in SalonIQ.
Cara, can you just guide us on where the dashboard, the utilization dashboard is again, please?
So underneath the menu button, go to intelligent marketing and it's just there.
So intelligent marketing and then
And
utilization.
then utilization. Yeah. You can break it down by team members as well. So if you wanted to, you can break it down by a team member and you can go in and see each individual team member's utilization. It works really well actually for when you want to do a campaign. Rather than doing a campaign for every single team member, let's do a campaign for the ones that actually need that particular help. And to do that, we click on the right-hand side here and I've got all the team members selected. I can unselect, I can choose Alicia and then click on confirm. And then it will now start calculating just Alicia's, but she only works 1 day a week. Yeah, so you can do that for all individual team members or even just certain team members. You can choose 3 of them and it will just look at those 3 individual team members. If I want to get more information, I can click on here and it will show me the percentage for Alicia and then it will show me the percentages for Becky. So we can see 18% of internet bookings and again, 39% of her clients for that day are booked from a campaign, showing you that those campaigns are working.
The utilization dashboard is actually, it's something we don't talk about that much, but it gives you an awful lot of information. One, just looking at how utilized you are as a salon and team. But as Cara's going through here, you can actually see how your bookings and where your bookings are made up, whether it's online bookings, whether it's campaigns. So I'll definitely be looking at this at the beginning of the week, middle of the week, and then the end of the week as well. If you're not looking at it daily, sort of 2, 3 times a week.
Yeah, and you can go backwards as well, can't you, Sam? You can go backwards and see trends. So you can see, right, okay, well, it seems to be every Tuesday that we, are not busy in the afternoon. Do I need to change my opening hours? Do we need to do a campaigns for those days? So you can use it to see actual trends in the salon and trends within your team members as well.
As Cara said, the first time you open it, it does take a few seconds to load because it's gathering all that information to show you these graphs. But then once you've opened it once, it will then come through a lot quicker.
Yeah. It goes quicker each time then, every time you've loaded it. Okay, perfect. So that's the utilization dashboard. And going on to the campaigns, I'm just going to show you client selections. So what we've just gone through, the guest retention, the client journey, that is all automatic and automated, and it goes out once you've got them set up. There's not really anything that you need to do. If you want to do a blast, you want to do a campaign, a one-off blast, you're looking and you're thinking, right, I'm going to do a blast to these particular clients to try and fill the space for next Tuesday. You go on to intelligent marketing, we go to client selections, and then we click on the ad selection in the top right-hand side. So add selection, and then go on to blank template. Okay. The description again in here is just for you. So this could just be colour offer 2026 or March. You've got your two different types. You've got SMS and you've got email. Again, doing a blast, if you want to try and get numbers and feet through the door, texts tend to work a lot better than they do for emails. And then on the right hand side, you've got a list of options to choose from. Okay, so one of the main ones that we always use are no future bookings. If you're doing an offer and you're offering something to your clients, one of the most important ones is to make sure that you choose no future bookings. You can then choose a lot of different options. You can do had service, not had a particular service, last visit. So if you want to do one big bulk of the last time that someone came into the salon, then you would choose that. Had service one's really good. A had service one's really good for if you've got a new service that you want to promote to somebody that you know it will work on. So as an example, I want to email, text all of my clients who've had a facial to let them know I've now got a Casey facial machine. So there's different ways that you could use these segments to narrow that down. So now I've chose had service. If I click on here, I can then basically choose all of these clients who've had this particular service who don't have a future booking, save and get client count. And then that will now give me a list of all of the clients that I can send that blast to.
Remember, this is all part of retaining your clients, building that relationship in between visits, sharing new services you've got, sharing new home care you've got, and keeping in regular contact with them.
Yeah, sharing new team members. Sharing new team members is always a good one. Sometimes we have people sending things out that this person's gone on maternity or they've came back from maternity. Please book. So that's now calculated. There's 93 people there. I can click on view clients. And you can go through actually and delete a couple of the clients because some people go, oh, that person's always waiting for a bit of discount. I can delete them off. So you can delete them off here like this by using this bin. And then we have this create schedule. So although it's a blast, what we're doing is we're creating a schedule. So we're going to schedule this text message to go next week. So you can actually prep yourself for the weeks coming, for anything that's coming. So we've got Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, it's just been, Christmas, whatever. You can actually schedule when you want this to go out. Okay. You would write your text message in here, add your merge fields as normal. If you want it to go straight away, then we would just click on SMS blast, and then that would be sent by text message straight away. Okay.
Brilliant.
You can send them by email. It's exactly the same way. All you would need to do is just change the drop down box to email. Once you get the client count on that point, it will then open up into Email Manager. We do have a lot of guides on marketing. It's quite in depth of things to go through in the email, but we are just trying to focus on the automated ones today, because these are ones that you can set up and then forget about them.
Got a question that's just coming from Vicky. Do you recommend a particular day or time to send blasts?
Oh, Jenny, is Jenny on? We've got our marketing team on, Jenny. She'd probably be the best to answer that. I'm sure we say when you do a blast, is it lunchtime? I might be wrong.
It all depends
Um,
on what you're sending and when you're sending, yeah, what the content is. What we'll do,
um,
Vicky, we have got, here we go, Jenny's first thing or school run time. There we go.
oh,
And or evening. And is that first thing during the week, Jenny? Monday to Friday predominantly? And tend to be not Friday evening because people sort of do switch off more on a Friday evening. So I wouldn't do a Friday evening. Sunday
mm,
evening is quite good when we're sort of prepping for the week ahead. Around sort of 8 o'clock. Yeah, defo not Friday or Saturday evening either. But we're going to send this recording round and we'll just add that into the bottom of it as well for you.
mm.
So you know when's best. But it is really trial and error, Vicky. You might find that actually a Tuesday and a Thursday works best for you, but somebody else watching this workshop was actually a Monday and a Wednesday works best, depending on that, that client sector that you've got as well. So a little bit of trial and error, but go first thing or in the evening to start with.
I think the great thing with the client selections is you can drum them down that much, that you can test it and go, we're just going to do a text message to 100 clients and see how that works. You're not going in there and you're not texting every single client.
Exactly. Now, one final thing to go through. I don't know if everyone was on a workshop that we held on the 28th of January, so about 3 weeks ago now, and that is introducing you to your new team member. Just here. So your new AI team member is here. If you weren't on this workshop, it's very important, I think, that you watch it, or you know where the recording is, because this is quite revolutionary for 2026 and a big shift for us in the industry, but for many other industries as well. And that's introducing IQ Connect. So looking at connecting, communicating, and growing your business and your clients. And what it does is our IQ Connect is your virtual receptionist. And it handles every call, letting your clients instantly book into your SalonIQ appointment book without leaving the conversation. So you'll never miss a booking again. We're seeing a lot of uptake in this on beauty salons and barbers and hairs, all of you actually. I think we've had 120, 122 go through the priority onboarding. Some are still going through that onboarding process right now and just pending to go live. But it's incredible. I think we will be sharing more statistics with you in March. So keep an eye on our private Facebook group, your inbox as well. I'm not sure, is there anyone commenting in the chat, car, if they've seen it or not seen it, or maybe you need the link. Maybe Jenny can post the link for you guys to watch it if you haven't seen it already.
I
And
think
then
Jenny might have posted it already. She's
oh,
posted
amazing,
it.
fine, okay. Lots of noise around AI, and the workshop that we did on the 28th breaks that down a little bit and it gives a bit of an insight as to what we're doing at Salon IQ to help you grow and profit from introducing AI tools within your business. I think that's it, Carl. We've got 1 minute to spare.
You know, there's,
But
there's always a lot to go through with marketing. I'm always trying to choose like which is the best bit to go through. But what the great thing is, once it's done, it's done. And I always say choose one first because I think a lot of people get overwhelmed, Sam, with how am I going to set up all of these
oh,
campaigns.
absolutely. One thing at a time. Focus one thing at a time.
Yeah. One thing at a time, maybe set two guest retention ones up, leave it, and then come back and do another two after that. Don't think that you have to do it all at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a question there. What is the Facebook group called? Again, hopefully, Jenny, stay there, MK, and then Jenny can hopefully pop the link so you can get into our Facebook group. It's full of all salon owners, business owners, managers, leaders who are using Salon IQ. And we
Mm.
post lots of tips, advice, newsletters in there as well. There we go.
Oh, well done, Jenny. That was quick.
Thanks, Jenny. If you have any trouble, email help@saloniq.com and then we'll guide you to it in a little bit more detail. But great to see you. And we have another webinar coming out in a fortnight, so not next week, but the week after. And we'll see you all soon. But keep an eye out for this recording. Any questions, please let us know. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Speak soon. Bye-bye.